Hello and welcome to NBL Division II Men's between Cardiff Met Archers and the Richmond Knights here at the Archers Arena, the home of the Cardiff Met Archers. I'm joined here by Atticus Pete. Atticus, how we doing?
Life's good, life's good. We mentioned the Kincoid Coliseum midweek. We were hoping for a repeat performance today, but this is the last of the triple header here at Archers Arena today, and it's not felt like a Coliseum so far. The wheelchair basketball team lost, and the WBBL team lost as well, and we're hoping for a change here.
And I mean, that's really going to be the main story for today. Cardiff Met absolutely demanding a win today. 4-12 so far on the season. The Richmond Knights, who they're playing today, 7-9 on the season, sitting 6th, whereas Cardiff Met today in the table in 11th in the relegation zone today. An absolute must-win for the Archers here at home last week or two weeks ago it would have been now against the Baltic Stars. They did take a victory here just by 3 points, a slim victory, but they would definitely take that today. Any win is much needed. Atticus, tell me why Cardiff Met need to win this game today.
You don't win, you're gone. There's pretty much no way out if you keep losing. Minimum, you've got to go 3-1 these last 4 games and pray for the right results around you. That starts right here. You play the Richmond Knights today. You've got them on the road next week. The Archers have 4 wins, and they're in a relegation battle with 5 other teams. That sounds nicer than it really is. Cardiff Met have played the most games out of all 5 of those teams, and they have the worst record, 4-14. They're only 11th instead of 12th based on point differential. So you've got to win today. You've got to get to 7 wins minimum, and that starts right now. A win today goes a long way. You lose, and I think we can pretty much say it's time for Division III next year.
And like you said, the Archers Arena, the Kincoid Coliseum, as we called it last week with the victories, or 2 weeks ago, sorry, with the victories here at the Archers Arena. Not as much so today, like you said, with the wheelchair taking a loss and the WBBL women's team also taking a loss. But they won last week. Let's hope we can keep, or their last appearance at the Archers Arena, sorry. Let's hope they can keep the streak going, make it 2 on the bounce, because these home victories in front of this crowd, they're going to need to take advantage of it, especially as Cardiff Met play the Richmond Knights here, or away, sorry, next week. And so they need to definitely make sure they win this one, because chances are, I mean, ideally you win them both, but chances are they won't win both. So if they're going to win one, it needs to be the one here at home. And the crowd has spilled over into this game a little bit. Atticus, who's starting for Cardiff Met today?
So the 5 on the floor that we've got most important, big change after the injuries in the past couple weeks. Keith Claiborne, number 6, back on the floor for the Archers. Massive for the Archers, averages over 15 points a game. He'll make a big impact here. We've got number 8, James Daw, number 9, Kieran Horrigan, number 10, Gareth Williams, and number 12, Yuan Nixon.
And Richmond today starting with Zaid Amini at the guard, Aaron Mosley, the captain, number 6. He's been probably the most active player as Gareth Williams doesn't get the 3 to fall. Also number 13, Liam Adams, number 14, Damian Edwards, and number 21, Valentino Spina. As Amini takes the ball up the court for the Knights. And for those that were not watching the game previously, the WBBL game that was going on here at the Archers Arena just before this, we had 2 probably the nicest kits in the league. Not exactly following suit here in this one. The black and gray of the Richmond Knights and the Archer maroon of Cardiff Met.
I preferred the city structure on the jerseys.
As do I. Claiborne finds Horgan in the corner. Doesn't get it to fall.
You'll take that shot every day of the week, though. It's out of bounds, Archer basketball. But I love how the Archers are moving the ball quickly around the perimeter. Horgan was wide open down on the baseline. That's a great shot the Archers will take all day.
And James Daw, one of the veterans of this team, taking the ball on the inbound as he has the ball in the corner. He's double teamed, finds Gareth Williams. Kicked out to the wing to James Daw again. Claiborne now. 2 to shoot. He puts it up, and it falls.
Right.
Keith Claiborne. Nice to see him back on the court. Like you said, Atticus, he's been out a couple weeks, and that scoring that he provides for this team might be their key to a victory here today.
Well, I was really impressed by that shot as the Knights, oh boy, drained a 3 as well. But Claiborne's going to make a big impact. You can see him launch this pass forward for James Daw.
Oh! Damian Edwards says no, no, no to James Daw. James Daw seems to accept that. That ball got absolutely swatted away.
There's going to be a hole in the bricks on the back of that.
Keith on the ball now, finds Horgan. James Daw on the wing, takes it himself, and he gets it to fall. James Daw.
Great answer right there. I'll take a 3 over 2 any day of the week. Nice way to shut up that block.
James Daw with one of the best three-point percentages in the last couple games for the Archers. As Damian Edwards gets his to fall, so he gets the swat on one end of the court, gets the nice shot from the baseline on the other. It's now
good
an
work
even
from the
game,
Knights.
5-5.
Yeah, good work from the Knights moving the ball around offensively. There's just a lot of space open for them. They're taking advantage of it.
I like this movement from the Archers. James Daw again with 6 to shoot. Gets it to fall! 2 for 2 from James Daw so far. And if the Archers can get a hot hand, they can maybe build up an early lead.
Well, you need any momentum you can get, especially here at home today. This is a great way to do it. Big early buckets, get the crowd into it.
As Damian Edwards goes up, is fouled. He's going to shoot 2. He's probably been the most active player on both sides of the court for the Knights so far.
I do like, though, that the Richmond Knights, they understand what they're doing here. Their starting 5 is enormous compared to the Archer lineup. I mean, just looking at them from our position, the Knights should have the size and physicality advantage all game. They need to pound that ball inside. I think they know it.
And Yoan Nixon really the only guy on the floor for the Archers that can really withstand that physical battle against some of these Knights here, such as Adams and Edwards. Nixon on the ball, finds Williams at the top of the key. Williams drives inside, he goes up, he's fouled! That's the and one, Gareth Williams. The direct drive inside, he's gonna go for the three-point play.
My favorite part of that play isn't just that how he looked off the defender and then burst it to the hole. It's just that he waited for the right opportunity and then just no hesitation, took it right in, took it right to the basket. Love the lack of fear on that drive. Impressive play.
And Williams doesn't get it to fall from the three-point play. Williams shoots 64% from free throw line. Not great, as a tough reverse finish there. And he's fouled. That's going to be Aaron Mosley, the captain. He's going to be shooting 2.
I didn't get the finish, but it would have been the coolest bucket of the day if he had.
And me and you Advocates have been spoiled to some difficult finishes the last couple days here at the Archers Arena. As we mentioned before in the game previously, the Bucks 1 women's team here at Cardiff Met had a resounding victory against Newcastle on Wednesday in the Bucks championship quarterfinal, as Mosley can't get that second free throw to fall. But lots of high-scoring games leading up to this day here today for the Archers, but today the Archers as a basketball club haven't really been able to get anything flowing. Hopefully this D2 team is going to change things up as Yoan Nixon gets his first basket of the game.
I love how Nixon bodies up his defender, gets his defender to look the wrong way, and then just seals him off on the backside. Great little turn.
And Mosley puts one up, doesn't get it to fall, rattles in and out. And Keith Claiborne's going to take it up the court now. Claiborne drives inside. Strong shoulder, goes up for the rebound, doesn't get it to fall. And Amini's going to take it the other way. Heavy pressure from the Archers now. As a sloppy pass from Damian Edwards, a 2-on-1. Keith Claiborne goes up. The tough reverse finish. We love to see that from Keith Claiborne.
Needless to say, for everyone at home, you can see that. That's a tough basket. That was an impressive finish.
And the 3 from outside is going to rattle off the top of the backboard. Knights are going to get the ball back. Amini from the elbow. Going to drive inside. Left-handed finish the floater. He's going to get it to fall.
You know what? I mean, obviously, Cardiff Met didn't get the rebound, didn't get the possession that they wanted from there, but I'm okay leaving the Knights open from 3. Make them beat you from outside instead of inside today.
And Horgan from the corner from the pass on James Daw doesn't get to the fall. Edwards with the rebound. He hands it off to Valentino Spina, who hands it to Amini. Amini with the slick pass inside to Valentino Spina. Easy bucket for the Knights. And the inside was just too open there from the Archers.
Filthy pass. Greased right off the head of the Archer defender. That was clean.
Took a couple hairs off. Yoan Nixon uses his body, kicks it to Gareth Williams at the top of the free throw line. Doesn't get it to fall. James Daw with the rebound. And a difficult finish.
Surprised there's no foul.
Yeah, lots of contact there. Amini's going to take it his way up the court. Edwards kicks it to Adams, to Spina now. Spina's going to take it from the wing, doesn't get it to fall. Big rebound there from Claiborne. Now Horgan. And the Archers slowly making their way up the court. Keith Claiborne with the cut inside. Pass gets intercepted. Amini's going to take it the other way. Going to kick it out to the wing for Aaron Mosley, the captain, to sink the 3. It's now a 1-point game. The Archers up 14-13 on the Knights.
That's an impressive move there on that breakaway.
Oh, a slick fake shot from Keith Claiborne with the pass inside to Gareth Williams. Very nice 2 points. Archers now reestablishing a 3-point lead.
Well, the Knights have done their homework. You can tell. They're trying to double-team Claiborne every time he drives inside. Claiborne really took advantage of it there.
And maybe an advantage with Claiborne having been out. You know, he's got a new leech of energy now. As Spina's pump fake. Going to do the Euro step. Difficult finish, and the shot clock's going to go. Keith Claiborne's going to take it the other way now. On the fast break, James Daw now on the wing. He's going to pull up himself, and it's not going to fall. Hot streak for James Daw does not continue.
I mean, those shots are good for James Daw. He's a really good shooter from long range and 2, but I think you got to work that ball around more. You had a 3-on-2.
And Amini, his shots rattles off, gets his own rebound. Spina puts it up, is fouled. That's going to be an and-1 play for Valentino Spina. Some good energy from Amini there to get his own rebound. And the Knights have a chance to tie it up here. And a timeout is called. Atticus, very exciting, high-scoring opening start to that game. Give us your thoughts.
No kidding. I'm impressed with it. 31 early points. If I'm Cardiff Met, obviously I like what I'm seeing so far. Lots of ball movement, great plays. Keith Claiborne back in the lineup is just making a really big difference. If I'm the Knights, though, I'm surprised at the early game plan here. Few too many threes, and a lot of these threes are contested, and they're not really trying to drive inside until late in the shot clock. I think you can do a lot better than that. You've got so much size, you've got so much strength. Start taking the ball inside more. You're getting offensive rebounds almost every possession. You just got to take advantage of that. Start making Cardiff punish them for not defending in strength in the interior.
And both teams in transition seem to be just a little bit slow defensively. And Cardiff Met at the end there with that James Daw mid-range. Like you said, he maybe had a bit more time there to develop the play a little bit. And maybe if you just use that possession as a story going forward, they can maybe use that to their advantage and draw out a bit more of a game plan. Met head coach Tom Guntrip with the whiteboard, hopefully drawing up a nice slick play. A couple changes here for the Archers now as Elan Dam, Lucas Scotland, and Lenny Norris check into the game now.
Interesting to put 3 substitutions in so quickly. I wonder if you're just trying to save the 3 players you took off at the end of the game, because these are 3 of your best players, in Keith Claiborne, Kieran Horgan, and Gareth Williams.
And 2 substitutions for the Knights there, with Peter Onubogu coming on and Whale Oyeyemi. Lenny Norris going to take the ball up the court now. Scotland has it on the wing. Heavily contested, double teamed. Elan Dam on the wing now. And Lucas Scotland from the corner, the 3. And that's going to be an air ball.
Eli Ondam's got to take that 3 when he gets that back. After he pops from that roll, Instead of driving inside, if you're going to step back, you got to take that three. Make them respect that roll on that screen.
I think they have to alleviate the pressure on Lucas Scotland. He was heavily under pressure and then put straight back under pressure by Leon Dem. As the Knights have 4 to shoot. Mosley way short.
Oh!
And that might be the luckiest air ball I've ever seen.
That's a good way to put it. That's a tough way to go for the Archers there. I mean, you played great defense for 20 seconds on the shot clock, forced an awful three, and then you just couldn't get the rebound.
Bit of ball watching there from the Archers, perhaps.
From me, too, I'll admit. I didn't even see the other guy in the back of his basket there. That's a good rebound from Onobogu.
You're not on the court. I don't blame you. And Onobogu doesn't get his to fall. But they get the offensive rebound. Onobogu.
Jeez.
And the ball is zipped around. And Amini's going to take the three from the wing. Doesn't get it to fall, but a massive rebound from the captain Mosley. He's going to take the corner three now. And it rattles in and out. Yoan Nixon's going to take it the other way.
Well, first of all, you got to get the rebound, and you can't throw possessions away like that.
Oh, and Amini. I knew that shot was going to brick as soon as it left his hands. James Dahl drives inside. Tough finish. Doesn't fall. And the ball is scrambled into the hands of the Knights as they take it up through Amini.
Don't understand the difficulty of the shots being taken by both teams right now. Find an open look and take it. You got more time on the shot clock. Use it.
Ooh, a nice fake behind the back pass. Ball's kicked out to the wing
Oh!
for Spina, and it falls.
Dirty. You watch that back. I will give you permission. You pause this stream for 10 seconds, you roll that back, and you check out that fake pass. That was nice.
He drives inside, alone in the paint. The fake back pass probably could have put it up himself, honestly. Not that much pressure on him from the Archers, but results in the assist.
And the 3 points, too. I'll take that.
The Archers now down 4, 16-20. The Knights lead. James Dahl with the ball at the wing. Rolls it to Nixon. And the ball is swatted out of Nixon's hands. James Dahl is going to take the inbound.
Still, I like that play. I like Nixon trying to assert his physicality and dominance down low there. You got to carve out your own space. Take advantage of that. And that play is what engineered that shot. Both defenders got stuck on Yoan Nixon. They were expecting him to come back and try that same play again, and he laid it off for James Dahl. Perfectly done.
James Dahl, so far the reliable hand on offense for the Archers. Heavy pressure from Yoan Nixon. The ball's kicked out to the corner three from Ben Davidson, air ball. Ben Davidson drives inside. Shot clock runs out. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. Archers ball.
It looks a little weird because of all the movement that's been happening for the Archers on defense, but that left wing on the bottom of your screen there has been left open quite a bit. I keep leaving that three-point spot open. The Knights are ice cold right there.
And heavy pressure on Dam. The tough finish doesn't get it to fall. Knights going to take it the other way now through Amini. And Spina with the little fake. Been pretty hot from three so far. Doesn't get that one to fall. And the Archers are going to come up the court through Lucas Scotland. Lenny Norris.
I like the little shake and bake, but that was kind of like taking the pizza home and then never cooking it.
Nothing wrong with a bit of cold pizza.
Gross.
And 1 second left on the clock. It's going to run out. And that's how the first quarter is going to end. Cardiff met Archers 18, Richmond Knights 20. Archers down by 2. Atticus, thoughts on that first half, or first quarter, sorry.
Well, if I'm the Knights, I really like the changes they made out of that timeout in the mid-first quarter. They've settled down offensively, and they're starting to find better shots. They're still taking a few too many crazy ones. If I'm the Knights, I don't understand why there's so many threes from the perimeter, especially at the bottom of your screen there. You're just not hitting anything. Start to roll it inside. Cardiff Met's not really – they're daring you to take that open three. You don't have to challenge that. You don't have to accept that challenge. Go inside, get your points. You've got 18 rebounds to Cardiff Met's 12. And not only that, you've got 8 offensive rebounds. Go up strong at the rim. You're getting the offensive rebound and then leaking it back out for some weird play, or you're wasting 10 seconds there. Just go. Take your offensive rebound. Drive. So anyway.
A little rant there from Atticus. Upset. with the Knights game plan. And I think those substitutions they took out Liam Adams and Damian Edwards. They're two big men for a little bit more agility, but they still have a lot of size on the Archers, even with those two big men being out. So, like you said, I'm surprised they haven't been driving inside and using their size to their advantage. Atticus, what do the Archers need to do in the second quarter to retake the lead?
Well, first of all, you keep daring the Knights to shoot threes. They're 3 of 14 so far. That's pretty good. But I do really like how the Archers, they're shooting 40% from the field. That's not the best, but you're finding good looks, and I think a lot of the shots they've been taking would normally drop, and that'll average out over the rest of the game. This team can shoot pretty well. On average, they get about 45% of their shots to fall from the field. You're a little bit below that, and you're only down by 2, and I really like the effort you're putting in defensively. I think this is a good lineup they have out right now. Lots of length and lots of scoring as well, especially between Lucas Scotland and Keith Claiborne. So I think you just try to keep up what you're doing, and you keep waiting for those shots to fall. I don't think I've seen too many flaws in their game plan so far.
And Eddie Casito making his first appearance for the Arch is a fan favorite and the oldest player on the court. And Ben Davidson's going to take that three from the wing, and nothing but net. Some redemption after that first three from him in the corner. And that's a good start for the Knights. Keith Claiborne himself claims there was contact. Refs say no. I mean, he's going to take it the other way. And some huge strides. Holy cow. From Whale Oyeyemi. He covered about 20 yards in like 3 steps.
You ever seen Jurassic World, Reese? You know how those raptors like sprint around and they take 2 steps and they launch across the field? That's what that was. That was a freaking raptor driving inside.
That was crazy. And the Archers have 7 to shoot. Elan down with the Euro step.
Nice.
And he just lays it in. Could have gone for the dunk probably, but you know, we take 2 points nonetheless. 20 to 25. Knights up by 5. Ben Davidson with the ball at the wing. Gets it back. He's going to take that same shot again, and it falls. Starting to find his rhythm. Ben Davidson from 3, 2 in a row. It gives the Knights an 8-point lead.
Tough finish there.
Contact there.
Well, I like the idea. I mean, the Archers have dared the Knights to beat them from the perimeter, and Davidson has just said thank you very much, and he's taken 2 free threes from it. I still like that plan. They just haven't been hitting many things, and Davidson got 2 threes, yes, but I still think the Archers have the right game plan there. Let them take those threes. They're going to stop hitting them. They're not going to hit 2 back-to-back all the time like that. I think that's okay.
A good personnel switch from the Knights there to bring Ben Davidson on. They knew that the Archers were giving him that space from 3, so they brought on one of their best 3-point shooters. Keith Claiborne is going to look to make it a 6-point game. And he can't get that one to fall. Stays a 7-point lead for the Knights through Aaron Mosley on the ball now.
It's a tough one. Claiborne's one of your best scorers and 72% from the free throw line. I think you'd hope for a little more.
Ben Davidson puts up his 3rd in a row. And he just can't be stopped from the outside right now. Ben Davidson, 3 in a row from 3. 9 points all on his own. Now a 10-point lead for the Knights.
We should, Scotland's fouled on the drive inside. We should exercise my last comment from the record about how you should leave that guy open for 3 and just let daring Davidson to shoot that. I will not say that again.
We love a commentator curse here from this commentary booth.
Oh, I've had plenty today, but none quite as lethal as that. 9 points from my mistake.
And Lucas Scotland's going to miss his first.
Yikes.
Going to look to make it a 9-point game, but these free throws need to start falling. Archers have been drawing a lot of contact when they've been driving inside, resulting in a lot of trips to the line. You can't get a second to fall either. Remains a 10-point lead for the Knights. 8 minutes left to go in this first half. Ben Davidson drives inside with the Euro step. Doesn't get it to fall, but huge. Oh, an offensive rebound there from Peter Onubogu. He thought he just completely overpowered any Archer in the paint there, but he was reaching over him. Easy call for the refs. Richmond Knights head coach not happy with that decision.
Well, we'll go back a second to those missed free throws for the Archers. I mean, Lucas Scotland averages just under 5 points a game, and I think especially in this relegation battle, you need everyone to get points. Lucas Scotland can't have only 5, and especially miss 2 free throws early. It's just not good enough in this relegation fight.
Eddie Casito doesn't get his 3 to fall. The highest 3-point percentage from anybody on the Archers team, Eddie Casito. Peter Onobogu goes up strong again, and he's going to get 2 free throws for that one. And I think he's starting to identify that he can use his size to just overpower anybody in the paint.
I still like the defense from Eddie Casito, right in his face, making him work for that shot. Yeah, it's not great to give up a foul, and you know, it wasn't like the hardest foul in the world, but that's not something that's going to be called late in the fourth quarter. You stay physical and you dare them to hit that over you.
And as Onobogu can't make that first one fall, remains a 10-point lead for the Knights still. Just over 7.5 left to go. And not a whole lot of arc on that free throw, just bounces off the back of the rim. Keith Claiborne's going to take it up for the Archers now.
It's like a wet pool noodle.
Oh,
wow.
And Keith Claiborne just mazed his way through 4 Richmond defenders there. A tough finish, but that's what they've been missing so far these past couple weeks with Keith Claiborne out.
Really impressive drive there from Claiborne.
Mosley just drifts past Casito. And that 3 from the wing can't fall as Keith Claiborne goes the other way now on the fast break. And he just floated in midair there.
Wow. That outlet pass from Lenny Norris right there. I mean, that engineered that play. Claiborne, obviously great finish, but Lenny Norris's pass, inch perfect.
And Mosley's going to take the 3 from the elbow. He's going to get it to fall. Mosley, the captain, one of the best 3-point shooters on the team.
Love how Mosley took that push from Casito and just backed up into his shot.
Oh, Gareth Williams drops his shoulder. Gets a nice floater finish there. And it's now only a 7-point game for the Archers to come back from. And Ben Davidson with the ball, drives inside again, almost loses it. And the Archers just running into each other there. Pretty easy finish there.
Tough one. You had 2 good chances for steals and 2 people weren't paying attention.
And Lucas Scotland goes up, doesn't get it to fall. Casito's going to recover the ball. And Keith with the shot fake, heavy contact. Just the finger to the face. I don't think he was in a shooting motion.
No, just on the floor, but I love the space that Claiborne's getting behind Gareth Williams and his screens that he's setting. Williams had a really strong screen there that gave Claiborne a good 2 or 3 feet of space to shoot that 3. I think you go back and look for that set repeatedly on either side of the court, get Claiborne scoring as much as you can.
And the Archers have Yohan Nixon and Kieran Horgan check in, adding a bit of size now. Claiborne kicks it to Horgan in the corner, and Horgan gets it to fall. That's going to make it a 6-point game now, and the Archers are on the comeback.
Really important for the Archers that Horgan's only 26% from downtown on the year. That's a really big 3 for him to hit right now.
Ooh, and a very looping shot there from the captain Mosley. Liam Adams gets a rebound as Gareth Williams picks up the loose ball on the 2v1. Oof.
Ouch.
And a hard fall from Gareth Williams. Some tight defense from Whale Oyeyemi. Thought he got the clean block, but grabbed a bit too much arm. Gareth Williams is going to shoot 2.
The best part about that play is why Cardiff Met can still have hope in this relegation fight. That's a 1-on-2. You could back that one out easily, reset the play, and Gareth Williams said no, and he went up as strongly as he could, and took a hard foul for it, and you'll get 2 hard shots from it. But I love that fight that the Archers have shown so far today and throughout the rest of the last couple games in this season.
And the Knights are going to bring back a little bit more size. Damian Edwards on for the hot Ben Davidson from downtown. Gareth Williams sinks his first. And he's going to look to make it a 4-point game with a second free throw. And he can't get it to fall. Remains a 5-point lead here for the Richmond Knights. 36-31 over the Cardiff Met Archers. 5 minutes left in this first half. Mosley with the ball at the top of the key. Finds Edwards on the wing. And the ball's kicked out to Adams, who's going to drive inside. And refs are going to say that's an Archer ball.
That's fantastic defense from Cardiff Met. Aaron Mosley, when he had the ball, he was looking for that drive right on Keith Claiborne. He couldn't find it, and then that reset that whole play, and they just couldn't find anything else to do with the rest of their time. Fantastic defense from the Archers.
Yoan Nixon gets a shoulder to the face there. He doesn't care. He sets a nice pick for Keith Claiborne's shot. Doesn't get it to fall.
I would least want to fight Yoan Nixon, mainly because he's got the sweetest mustache in the game.
And Keith Claiborne kicks it to the corner for Kieran Horrigan. And he's going to throw it all the way to James Daw. He's going to keep it in play. Claiborne on the ball now. Gareth Williams from the corner gets it to fall, rattles in. And that's now a 2-point game. Archer's looking to claw it back now.
It looked a little choppy with the off-balance passes, but you will not visualize better ball movement than that all game. That was just fantastic awareness by the whole team.
Kemdi Obiagwu puts his shoulder in.
Nice little kick block from Yoan Nixon.
And the Knights are going to take the inbound via Captain Aaron Mosley. Sethna on the ball now. Adams driving his shoulder into Nixon, lays it off to Mosley. Mosley with 4 to shoot, puts it up. And that's going to rattle behind the backboard an Archer ball.
Obviously, Cardiff Met are scoring on some really impressive plays, but what's really engineered this turnaround here in the second quarter, it's defense. Their defense has been really physical, and they've seriously kept the Knights out of the paint. It's been really impressive.
Yoan Nixon favoring his chances inside on Adams. The fake. Oof, and the slick finish. Adams gets heavy contact on the ball, gets the block. Thought he stopped Yoan Nixon, but Yoan Nixon says no. A little bit of style. The underhand finger roll finish.
I think Nixon should have had the and one there. That was filthy. Fantastic play.
And Mosley drives into too many bodies. Ball somehow finds Damian Edwards, who uses his size to give the Knights another 2-point lead. Yoan Nixon from the top of the key. One of the strongest 3-point shooters for the Archers. That one just a little bit short.
Normally goes 1 for 2 every game, so that's the one he's missed. He's good for another one that'll drop in this next time.
So you're saying it's 100% accuracy from here on out?
Well, with how bad my commentary curse has been today.
Adams doesn't get the corner 3 to fall. Kieran Horrigan's going to look to take it the other way now for the Archers. James Daw. He picks up his dribble on the wing. And he moves inside. Nixon can't find the ball to him. And Edwards is going to take it the other way. Nice bounce pass to Mosley, but some great stand-up defense from Yoan Nixon there. Says no. The brick wall. The ball's now in the hands of James Daw, and he has heavy contact. And that's going to be an inbound from under the basket for the Archers now.
Bit of a cynical foul there. Liam Adams knew he was beat on the baseline. James Daw had him dead to rights. Good foul there to stop the forward progression.
And Lenny Norris checking in for Keith Claiborne now. Claiborne just not getting as many looks in that last rotation on the floor there. As James Daw, first free throw just rattles in and out. He's going to look to make it a 1-point game on the second one. And that first one, nothing but net. It's a 1-point lead here for the Richmond Knights, 38-37. 2 minutes left in this first half. Sethna on the ball on the wing. He finds Aaron Mosley. Aaron Mosley going to lay it off to Edwards, who's going to knock it down from the free throw line. He's going to give the Knights a 3-point lead now. Gareth Williams the other way. James Daw takes the ball himself, doesn't get it to fall the floater. Then Edwards gets the rebound, takes it the other way.
Well, I like the toughness. I just don't know if I'd go 1-on-3 with a running floater away from the basket. I think you can find better than that, especially with another 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Ball is in the hands of Zach Sethna now. Yoan Nixon knocks it away. Gareth Williams is going to lead the 2-on-2. Lenny Norris. Oof! Gareth Williams just can't get the and one, but he will be fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2 and look to bring it back within 1 point for the Archers.
Love that breakaway engineered by Kieran Horrigan on defense. Horrigan was hit. He had to roll off with the roller from the Knights screen, and he adequately guarded it. And the Knights, when they tried to find that pass inside, they had to stop for a second because Horrigan was in the way, and that let Williams go. And then obviously Williams has been taking it strong to the rack every time he's down there.
That first free throw just didn't want to go in. Rattles in and out. Not a great free throw showing from the Archers so far this game. Williams gets a second to fall. And Moses is going to check out of the game for Amini for the Knights. Just over a minute left to play in this first half. 2-point lead for the Knights here, 40-38 over the Archers. Amini with the handles. He's going to take it himself. He's going to kick it inside. Just no space. And Yoan Nixon, Lenny Norris, sorry. Going for the jump ball. The possession arrow is going to go to the way of the Archers.
I love that help defense. Cardiff Met have deliberately tried to stay man-to-man outside. And then when the Knights drove inside, I don't think they were expecting so many Archer defenders to collapse and just totally suffocate that play. That was really impressive. Well done from the Archers.
The Archers can't get that one to fall. Archers shooting the same percentage from the 3 as they are from the free throw line at the moment. And with 26 seconds left to go, Adams is going to take the 3. Doesn't get it to fall. Amini, they thought he picked up his foot. Ooh.
Unsportsmanlike foul called.
Great
Nicely
defense
done
from the Archers there, really, to get the stop. With 15 seconds left to go in this first half, Archers now in control of the ball. And looks like a timeout is called.
Well, that was really important. Obviously, the Archers, after that unsportsmanlike foul, they're going to come away and get 2 free throws plus possession of the ball again, so they can just bleed out the shot clock and go for the lead at the end of this half. Really impressive play there, and great defense after giving up that offensive rebound to turn it back around and get up the court as quickly as possible.
That is, of course, under the assumption that the Archers are going to sink some of these free throws eventually. 4 from 11 so far from the line tonight, but really a whole lot worse for Richmond. 1 from 8 from the free throw line today. Not a great showing from that line for other teams so far, but, you know, if whoever the Archers send to the line here can sink 2, it's going to be a tie game with 15 seconds left in this first half.
So you mentioned that stat just a second ago, how the Archers were shooting the same amount on free throws as they were from threes, the same percentage. And I in my mind, I was like, oh, yeah, 60% from threes. That's pretty good, you know. 60% from threes, I'll take that any day of the week. That's amazing. But then I look down, and it's 30. And my bad. That's not as good as I thought. But, hey, you're only down by 2. That's what matters, right?
Absolutely, and Lenny Norris here. One of the better free throw percentages this season for the Archers, 71%. And his first one just rattles in. And he's going to look to tie it up with the second here. And that one looked about as good as the first one, but just bobbles out. And the Knights looking to defend their 1-point lead in the last 16 seconds of this first half.
Obviously, you don't have to go in the half winning. You know, the halftime, it's just a half. It's not the end of the game. But I think Cardiff Met really want to be rewarded for this fantastic second quarter with the halftime lead here. You needed some points right now.
Very tightly contested defense here from the Knights. And the Archers are going to look to run the clock here. They give the ball to Keith Claiborne. The tough left-handed finish as Adams baseball throws it up the other end. Doesn't get it to fall. And that first half is going to end. Cardiff Met Archers 39, Richmond Knights 40. Atticus, give us your thoughts on that first half.
Going into the second half, I think I feel more confident if I'm the Archers, but I think it's close. I really liked how Cardiff Met came out, and they just played so much better defensively. They really did not ever let the Knights penetrate inside. They only gave up 14 points in the paint from the Knights' 40. That's well below their season average. The Knights almost always score points inside the paint. So I love the Archer defense, and I think I'd be really confident about that. You can score, just keep them out of the paint. The more you keep them out of the paint, the better. But on the other side, if I'm the Knights, I think I'm realizing, look, I don't know why Ben Davidson isn't taking more shots. Give Davidson the ball, let him shoot some more, make the Archers come out of that shell, make them come challenge you, and then you'll open up lanes on the interior after that.
Well, they seem to be sacrificing a bit of size for a bit of shooting ability and agility, the Knights. They seem to bring on Ben Davidson in the place of one of their big men, Liam Adams or Damian Edwards. And they kind of have to decide on a style of play they want to go with if they want to keep Ben Davidson on the floor to keep knocking down a couple of those threes. Cardiff Met Archers 39, Richmond Knights 40. We're going to take a little break at this halftime. We'll catch you at the start of the second half. And welcome back for the start of the second half between the Richmond Knights and the Cardiff Met Archers. Richmond Knights hold a 1-point lead right now, 40-39 over the Archers. Atticus, what's going to separate these teams in the second half?
Well, we talked at the end of the first half how I liked Cardiff Met's defense and how they were keeping the Knights out of the paint. And that's all well and good, but that needs to translate here in the second half. They need to continue to do that and force the Knights into bad threes and just tough shots. The Knights stabilized their three-point shooting there in that second quarter. They've got it back up to 29%, 7 of 24 from beyond the arc. I think if you're Cardiff Met, you just hope they keep taking those threes. 30% from downtown isn't going to be enough if you're constantly taking advantage and just not letting them get easy buckets inside and you're getting points of your own. I'd be confident that I can do that if I'm Cardiff Met. I know they only scored 61 points against Baltic Stars here a couple of weeks ago, but they consistently put up far more points than that in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I'd be confident you can do that here again today, especially because your three best players, Keith Claiborne, James Daw, and Gareth Williams, all have 29 points between them. I think they can do even better here in this second half, and I'd be confident you can score a lot more than the Knights here.
And I think the biggest difference, as you mentioned there, between the Archers' performance here today and the performance against the Baltic Stars, the victory 2 weeks ago, is that Keith Claiborne is back. So they did only have two of that scoring trio available 2 weeks ago here at the Archers Arena, and now with the addition of Keith Claiborne, even though he had a bit of a quiet second quarter there, hopefully they can continue the scoring, ramp up a bit of a lead. Again, an absolute must-win game today. They play the Richmond Knights away next weekend, and it's an absolute must-win today. If they don't win today, I can't expect them to win away from home next week, and if that's what happens, it'll almost be mathematically impossible to stay up in this second division.
It's already tough, but the two teams closest to you, Oxford Hoops and London Westside, they're both playing each other today. The Oxford Hoops are 5-12. London Westside is 4-11. For context, Cardiff Met is 4-14. So, you need these teams to lose, but I think you hope Westside wins today, and then Cardiff Met, if they win, all these teams are at 5 wins. And then London Westside and Oxford Hoops both have some tough games coming up against all the teams at the top of the table. I think it's realistic to hope that those two teams just drop 2 of their next 3 games, and you keep it close as you can, and then just fight for survival. You've got to win at least 3 of your 4 next games, your 4 final games that we talked about.
And Knights get the second half underway. The ball in the hands of Amini now for the Knights as he kicks it to the corner for Spina, who airballs James Dahl with the quick little 180 turn, slows it down. Keith Claiborne on the wing, and it rattles out.
That's the ice-cold patch of the floor. Don't go shooting threes near there. We learned that in the first set.
And the only change from the first half starting lineup for the Knights is Peter Onabugo, who gets a nice, strong basket there for the Knights. He starts over Liam Adams. James Daw now with the ball, drives inside in the corner on the baseline. Yoan Nixon with the ball. And the ball with Gareth Williams really nowhere near. And Spina takes it inside to Peter Onabugo for another easy finish. Not a great start for the Archers here energy-wise.
No, obviously Williams missed the three and then just fell down on defense. Tough one to give up. I mean, the Knights just wanted that one more. 3-on-2 the whole way, even before Williams fell over.
And the commentator curse continues as Yoan Nixon takes the second three of the game, and it doesn't fall.
Ah, man, that's me again. I'm sorry.
I could have sworn you promised me a little bit better, Atticus.
I did. My fault. I'll find you on after the game.
Oh, yes!
Whoa!
James Daw with the pass to Keith Claiborne, the tough finish. That's going to be an and one. He's going to go to the line for a three-point play.
Heck of a finish. I mean, really strong to go up with one hand, fight through that contact, and knock it in. Honestly, I started looking at the free throw line. I was just thinking, oh, you know, he's got to hit these next two free throws. And then magically, that ball just bounced on the rim and fell back in.
Valentino Spina for the Knights, still questioning that call from the referee. Nothing he's going to do about it, though. Keith Claiborne's going to look to make it a two-point game. It rattles off the front of the rim. Remains a three-point lead for the Knights.
Can't miss those free throws. 5 of 14 for Cardiff.
Spina, a bit too eager there, looking for the pass without actually looking at the ball, and the ball just rattles off his foot. Archer ball. James Daw on the free throw line. Slick bounce pass to Gareth Williams, and a strong finish. He wasn't letting anybody take that ball out of his hands, Gareth Williams. And now it's a one-point game.
Great looking pass there.
And Amini handling the ball. Finds Mosley. Nobody within 10 feet of him. Still can't get it to fall. James Daw is going to look to take it the other way now for the Archers. And Yoan Nixon with the ball at the top of the key. Archers looking to slow things down just a little bit. 10 to shoot now. And James Daw just gives it away. Valentino Spina now taking it the other way. On the 2v1, the Euro step finish. And it's a bit too easy there for the Knights. And now reclaim their three-point lead.
Really strange one. Cardiff Met just seemed to fall asleep there.
Horgan with the fake pass to James Daw. Goes for the bank off the glass. Doesn't get it to fall. Amini's going to take it the other way now for the Knights.
You can see some cracks in the game plan for the Archers. I mean, that's just, you can find better shots than that. You can come in a little more on that floater.
And Spina with the and one finish, the floater from the middle of the paint. Keith Claiborne there had some heavy pressure on Spina. Got a slap of the ball, but Spina a bit too strong. And he was fouled. He's going to look to extend the lead for the Knights to 6.
Love the reaction from Spina after. Heck of a shot. He knew it. He let everyone know about it. I love that.
And a quick release from the free throw there. Going to complete the three-point play. Now a 6-point lead for the Knights. Claiborne drives inside, kicks it to Gareth Williams, decides not to shoot. The ball is batted away by Spina, but Kieran Horgan gets a hand to it. And Edwards is on the floor with the ball. And the referee's going to call a backcourt with one butt cheek in one half and one in the other. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know.
That was hilarious.
It's almost like the four corners in the USA. And James Daw is fouled. Only our 0 American listeners will understand that.
Yeah, no kidding. I promise, there is a place in the United States where 4 states intersect at a very close location. You can have 1 foot in 4 states at the same time. It's a real thing. It's in the state where I'm from, Utah.
And Horgan with the hook finish, can't get it to fall. It's still a 6-point lead for the Knights here. Amini with the ball in the wing, contemplating whether to shoot. Gives it to Mosley. He's going to pull up for the fake pass. Spina from the elbow. It doesn't fall. Yoan Nixon with the strong rebound. And Williams quickly gets it the other way to Daw. Archers are going to slow it down a little bit now. 12 to shoot for Nixon. Going to use his size. Kick it to Williams at the top of the free throw line. And he's going to drive strong for 2 free throws now from Gareth Williams.
So I love that play. I love Yohan Nixon backing his man down, drawing somebody else in, and getting it back out to Gareth Williams so he's got space to drive inside. I love that. Everything about that play is great, but there's one problem with it. It's that you're 5 from 14 from the free throw line as a team. You can't shoot 35% from the charity stripe and expect to win this game. This needs to improve right now. Both these free throws need to drop in.
Gareth Williams has done such a good job in this game so far of just being so direct when he gets the ball at the top of the key. Just drives inside, doesn't care how many people are in his way. But it doesn't matter when you can't knock down the free throws at the end of it.
I mean, it's been brutal free throw shooting from both teams. We've got, 5 for 16 from the Archers and 2 for 9 from the Knights.
Oof, great hand from, I think it was Gareth Williams. Keith Claiborne's going to underhand it to James Dahl, and he's hit from behind. Oh, and that ball just doesn't want to fall in. But another 2 free throws coming for the Archers now. Not sure if that's a good or bad thing.
You know, I'd like to say it's a good thing. I'm a little concerned.
Logic would suggest a trip to the free throw line would be a good thing, but not the case for really both teams today as James Dahl manages to sink his first.
You know, we talked about it so much that I think just one had to drop, so we stopped talking about free throws for a second. James Dahl 2 for 3 on the day and 3 for 4. No curse right there, huh?
James Dahl, the only person on the entire court shooting better than 50% from the free throw line right now.
If that's not a scary stat, I don't know what is.
And Mosley, the aggressive swipes at Yohan Nixon. Didn't get his shot to fall, and Keith Claiborne's going to step back from 3. It's going to rattle off the front of the rim, but Gareth Williams is going to collect the rebound. Kieran Horrigan now from downtown. He drives inside. The ball is swatted onto his knee, and he looks surprised at that one, but he must have felt that on his knee.
I still like the play, though. Cardiff Men are doing a really good job of getting the ball out to the perimeter, either out on the wing or inside near the baseline, and then kicking a quick pass out to the outside and making the Knights have to sprint around on defense. It's leaving holes open. The Archers continue to exploit them, and when they get fouled, hit their free throws as they try to take advantage of those holes.
Oyemi, heavy contact there on the double team. And I think that's going to be an inbound here for the Knights. And a little bit of a stale offensive showing, given what we were treated to in the first half. Only 6 points for the Archers in this third quarter so far.
Really has
halfway
been.
through this third quarter. Strong pressure there from Yohan Nixon on Peter Onabogu, and the ball's going to go the other way.
Wow.
A quarterback pass to Kieran Horrigan.
Dropped it right in his hands with a beautiful finger roll to drop it in. Like the cinnamon on the cinnamon bun. That was impressive.
Like the cinnamon on the cinnamon bun.
I guess it'd technically be the glazing, but you know, we can forget that part.
And only a 2-point game for the Archers to claw back from heavy contact from Mosley on Keith Claiborne, and he's been pretty handsy so far in this third quarter. Evan Mosley, the captain.
I love this. The Archers are already at the free throw line. I mean, there's still 4 minutes left in here in this third quarter. This is really well done from the Archers. They're just attacking so much that they're getting all these chances now. And if you just keep going at the Knights, you're either going to get shots inside or you're going to get fouled and 2 at the free throw line. I know your free throw shooting hasn't been very good so far, but the more chances you get, the better it's going to go. That's the idea anyway.
And the Archers already in the bonus. And the referee's warning everybody on the court, no more talking. Lots of disagreement from both players on a lot of the calls today.
I can see Valentino Spina start laughing as soon as he sees that. He's been jawing to the officials all game.
Ref wants library silence. As Keith Claiborne's going to look to tie things up here for the Archers. Can't get that one to fall. Lenny Norris with the strong rebound, and he's called for a travel. He looks like he was maybe hitting the eye or something, but doesn't matter. It's going to be a Knights ball. So 1 point lead here for the Knights. Just over 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. As Lenny Norris fouls Zaid Amini on the ball. It's going to be Cardiff Met's third team foul of the quarter.
Well, this is the first time you've seen that change here in this third quarter, but head coach Isaac Almarin for the Knights has just made a really big change. They just called a play that got all the Archers out on the perimeter, and then there's another foul here off the ball. But I love that play that they called. This is getting Cardiff Met out of the paint and forcing them to try to trap the Knights far out in the court. This is really what the Knights need to get more space on the interior.
Lenny Norris picking up 2 fouls in about 3 seconds there. Both on Zaid Amini. He's going to drive it on the baseline. He's going to kick it to the corner to Mosley. Nothing but net from the corner. Somebody's got to fix that net. And finally, some 3-point falling. James Dahl's going to look to take it the other way. Slick bounce pass to Lenny Norris. Is going to drive on the baseline. Can't find anything. He's got 10 to shoot. James Dahl drives inside and is really not feeling the no call there from the referee. He really felt he had a lot of contact there, but the ref says it was clean. Knights ball.
You can see the difference in the two teams so far and why the Knights have the lead on the Knights' last possession. They managed to get the ball moved around to the perimeter, switched it quickly, wide open player, took the shot, and knocked it down. Archers just don't have that same confidence and just haven't been able to hit the same shots the Knights have.
Amini from the long 2 from the corner, gets his own rebound after it doesn't fall. Going to extend this play for the Knights, 10 to shoot. And the ball is tapped away. And Keith Claiborne's going to take it the other way. The 1-on-3, the strong finish, an easy layup. And it's now a 2-point game.
Knights had to pull off on that one. They knew. They go up strong against Keith Claiborne there. They're going to give up a foul. They did a good job pulling back on it, just asking him to hit the shot, and he did.
It's a great hand from Keith Claiborne, knocks it away from Captain Aaron Mosley. And the Archers are going to make some subs.
Big few possessions there for the Archers, and obviously the Knights recognize that. That's why Ben Davidson's coming in the game. Sharpshooter time. They know they need some threes. But that was a really impressive past 30 seconds for the Archers, forcing that turnover, forcing another one before, and Keith Claiborne's finish. That's a big momentum shift. You can feel it here in the arena.
The Archers now have Elan Dam and Lucas Scotland on the floor. Throws it inside to Yohan Nixon. He's going to use his size, and he's going to win that battle over Liam Adams. That's some great big man play.
That's a tough finish. Fantastic footwork and an even better finish. I mean, that was perfectly laid in off the glass.
Reminiscent of Hakeem Olajuwon, that big man play inside. And Amini with a slick pass inside. A whole lot's going on right now. What is the call?
Foul on the Knights. We're going to have 2 shots for the Archers again.
And this game seems so back and forth, and both teams not happy with a couple of the calls the refs have been making today. I think it's going to be a battle of who's going to keep their heads going into this fourth quarter.
I mean, look, it's a relegation battle here today. Everybody feels it. I think the Archers know it. The Knights know it as well. It's, you know, it's an intense game. No matter how good you play, it's a relegation battle, so the game's going to be close, both now and at the end of the game. I think we both know that. We're still in the third quarter right now, but we can just feel it. This game's going to come down to the last few minutes or just a couple of plays scattered here and there.
The Archers have one of their first leads of the game. Lenny Norris gives the Archers a 1-point lead. Can't give him a 2 on that second free throw. And that ball comes off the foot of Whale Oyeyemi. And he doesn't agree, but it's going to be an Archer ball. And the mood seems to have picked up for the Archers in the last couple minutes now that they have a lead. Nixon's going to draw on 2 defenders. He's going to throw it to the other side to Lucas Scotland. He's going to fake the behind the back pass. Yoan Evans sends his defender for a hot dog, and no result there.
You know, I really like that play. I like how Ewan Nixon had it. I like this cross-court pass, how he got it back to Lucas Scotland, shot fake. But then you got to go up from there. There's no reason to dump that off to Eli Anton. Go up, make your finish.
And a deep three here from Ben Davidson. Rattles off the front of the rim. That's going to be his first miss from three, since his 3-bucket streak he had in the first half. Lenny Norris posting up. Kicks it to Lucas Scotland from the wing, and it rattles in and out, doesn't fall. And a minute 14 left. Archers with a 1-point lead, 53-52. Heavy defense chance coming from the bench right now. Valentino Spina throws it up, and a good 2 or 3 feet away from the rim there. Lucas Scotland with some of the best handles in the league. Elian Dam from the wing now from 3. And that one doesn't fall.
It's the one thing Andam's game is missing. Love his defense, love his length, and just how he manages the space around him on the interior. But you got to hit those long-range shots. You got to be a threat in more places than just inside.
Liam Adams drives inside. Oh! And Whale Oyeyemi claiming there was contact when there clearly was none. And a massive swat from Valentino Spina. He's going to take it himself up the court now. And
you say swat, I say foul.
And this game is so back and forth in these last 13 seconds of this third quarter. The Archers just going to run down the clock. James Dodd drive inside. Kicks it to Lenny Norris, who drives in. Bounce pass to Lucas Scotland. Dribble, puts it up. Oh, it just bounces off the front of that rim. This third quarter ends Archers 53, Richmond Knights 52. A 1-point lead for the Archers going in to this fourth quarter. Atticus, what is going to decide this game?
I think it's pretty simple for Cardiff Met. It's free throw shooting. You're 9 of 22 from the free throw line, 40%. That's not enough. If you hit, let's just say you hit 6 more and you get back to your season average, most players are around 65 to 70%. Let's say you just get 5 or 6 more, you've already got a big lead in this game. That's making a huge difference. You've got to hit your free throws. They came out in the third quarter ready to go. They knew exactly what the right game plan was. They started pounding that ball inside, and they were rewarded for it with these free throw opportunities. You just couldn't hit any, and that's got to change here in the fourth quarter if you want to take control of this game. And then if I'm the Knights, I mean, you're out rebounding the Archers. The Archers have 35 rebounds. The Knights have 43. You got to get some second chance points here. You've only got 6 second chance points off of 12 offensive rebounds. That's miserable. You can do a lot better than that. And they started to do it at the end of that third quarter. They were drawing more Archer players out to the perimeter and getting more space inside, and then just couldn't finish anything. I think it was because they haven't had open looks like that all game. So I go for that. You keep the Archers going out to you. You've got to make your plays with everyone on the perimeter and just hope somebody can find a drive inside.
And potentially an interesting starting 5 here for the Archers. Keith Claiborne, Lucas Scotland, Lenny Norris, Eddie Cazito, and Eli Dam. And just looking at the stats here, Cardiff Met's starting 5 for the game, which was Claiborne, Dahl, Horgan, Gareth Williams, and Yoan Nixon, all have a positive plus-minus, whereas everybody on the Archer bench has a negative plus-minus. Everybody on the bench at the start of the game, which now includes Lucas Scotland, Lenny Norris, and Eli Dam.
Now, plus minus, maybe it's a bit of a nerdy stat. You know, it's all about your efficiency and what you're doing on both ends of the court, just how much value you're bringing to your team's expected offensive output. But I think the big difference here is just from all the bench players from Cardiff Met, just not enough bench points. That's what's causing that weird plus-minus that you're seeing. 4 bench points on the game for the Archers. That's nowhere near enough. I think they can do better here, and I think the team knows it. That's why they have so many players who are on the bench in right now.
Claiborne drives inside. Eddie Cazito, top of the key, doesn't fall. And the Knights are going to look to get the first points of this fourth quarter. Ben Davidson now with the ball on the perimeter. And Archer's staying a little bit closer to him now. They know he's dangerous from outside the arc. Ball's kicked into Liam Adams. And it falls there for Kemdi Obiagwu. Haven't seen a whole lot of him in this game. But a strong 2 points to start this fourth quarter for the Knights.
Well, he did exactly what the Knights needed, points inside the paint, and Lucas Scotland answered with his own points inside the paint off of that disgusting drive. I loved it. Beautiful handle there.
He seemed to float in midair there for about 10, 15 seconds, flying like a bird. And he's got some busy hands there. He knocks it away from Ben Davidson. It's going to be an inbound here with 12 seconds left to shoot for the Knights.
That's the biggest surprise on the day, that the Archers are leading in points in the paint. 36 points in the paint so far in this game. You just haven't seen that this whole often this season. They've just had long-range 2s and 3s.
Ooh, and Eddie Casito absolutely swats it away from Liam Adams. It looked like it was a sure finisher from Liam Adams. He was all on his own off the inbound. Eddie Casito comes out of nowhere, saves the Archers there.
Savvy play. Casito had probably half a second to find that ball and knock it out.
Mosley just throws it off the knee of Eddie Casito. And the Knights now only left with 7 to shoot. Five to shoot. The step back from the corner off the back of the rim, but a big rebound from Liam Adams. He kicks it out to Ben Davidson on the wing. His shot doesn't fall, but another offensive rebound there from Oyeyemi. The ball doesn't fall, and another grab.
4 offensive
slow it down. And 1 to shoot, and they don't get it. And finally, the stop comes for the Archers. Goodness me. That possession lasted about 10 minutes.
It really did. And you know what? That's a microcosm of the season. You know, survival is just relegation survival. It's just all about surviving certain moments. That's exactly what that moment was. I don't think that you have to take a whole lot out of that. Look, it was tough, but you survived. That's the whole point of this game. Get through it, survive, get to the next, and survive until you're at the end of the season. Good play from the Archers. I think you should take heart in that.
Elian down with the ball now on the baseline. Throws at the other end. Keith Claiborne heavily guarded. He's going to take it himself for the difficult underhand finish. Elian Dam goes up hard. And no joy. The Knights are going to take it the other way. The Archers still scoreless in this fourth quarter so far. Tamini on the wing decides not to shoot. Heavy pressure from Lenny Norris. He drives inside. Looks like there's no space, but they somehow find it. And Kemdi Obiagwu, the second basket of the quarter. Keith Claiborne with a fast drive. Goes for the floater, and it falls. Getting the Archers' first 2 points of this fourth quarter.
I love that. Every time the Knights have scored points inside, Keith Claiborne has come back and said, I'm going to do the same thing back to you, score right inside your face. That's exactly what the Archers need. That same kind of toughness is what's going to get them through this game.
Meany is not going to get that one to fall. Excuse me, that was the Archers' second basket of the game. They now hold a 57-56 lead. 1 point advantage. Lucas Scotland.
16 left on the shot clock. You can do better than that.
Yeah. Ben Davidson now. Meany with the ball. Great block there from Lenny Norris. Doesn't let the ball inside for the pass to Ben Davidson. Great awareness.
When Norris gambled, he went for the steal right before that pass came inside, and he did a great job to recover and cover that passing lane. I thought it was a surefire layup that he'd given up. Did a really good job recovering on that.
And the Archers make a pretty drastic substitution. Big man Yohan Nixon now in the center of the court, probably to guard Liam Adams. And Edwards now. Ooh, and Yohan Nixon not happy with that call on Damian Edwards.
I love his demonstration of the foul as he takes his left arm and slashes it across the area.
Still unsure about that call. Damian Edwards continuing the free throw shooting woes for the Knights tonight. Now making it 2 for 10 from the line. And And 3 for 11. That one barely finding its way in. I think it just felt sorry.
That's a good way to put it.
Horgan with the ball on the wing now. Finds Yoan Nixon at the top of the key. They jump inside. The pass to Kieran Horgan. Sets the pick. James Dahl with 4 to shoot. Kicks it to Horgan. 2. Lenny Norris puts it up. And no luck. Knight's going to take it the other way now.
Kieran Horgan had an open shot about 10 seconds, with about 10 seconds left on that shot clock. He just didn't take it, and that ruined the play. Nobody could just reset in time.
Namini with the fake pass to the outside. Ball gets a finger to it. Gareth Williams now finds James Daw going the other way on the break. The bounce pass to Kieran Horgan. Oof, and the movement on that play almost looked perfect, but Gareth Williams just couldn't get the floating finish. Namini with some tricky handles. The ball just bobbles on the front of the rim. Gareth Williams, this game is like a tennis game going back and forth. Kieran Horgan from the wing from downtown. No love. It's a tie game right now. Very closely contested. Edwards kicks it to Davidson, who throws it to the other side. Gets it back now. Amini on the ball. And Adams in the corner. That one bobbles out. And Gareth Williams potentially looking to just slow things down here for the Archers now. Maybe get a play to build up.
He'll need to slow it down. I mean, that was a high-speed minute there.
Gareth Williams on the ball now. Drives inside. The ball is picked off by Amini. He's on a 3-on-1. And Yoan Nixon, just a bit too much contact there. Amini draws the contact. He's going to shoot 2.
I mean, obviously, it's a lot of fun for us as viewers when the game's going at that speed and both teams just have the ball back and forth and back and forth. But if I'm Cardiff Met, I'm pretty disappointed with how that minute turned out. You just didn't get any points out of it, and every time you'd have somebody slash on the interior, make a nice cut inside, and then go up strong, and then kick it back out, and you try to do the same thing over and over again. You've been getting these free throws, like go up, take the hit. It's going to be hard. You may not hit it. You're going to have some hard free throws. You've got to go up strong. You can't keep driving inside with 10 on the shot clock, kicking it back out, and then you got to reset with 6 on the clock again. There's only one play left to you, which is another drive inside.
And at this point of the third quarter, the Archers were already in the bonus from free throws, and right now the Knights have committed 0 team fouls in this fourth quarter, and I figured that might be the case. They're being a lot more picky with the contact that they're throwing on the Archers right now.
Absolutely. Now, the real question of the day, Reese, is would you rather be a knight or an archer? I mean, they're both medieval, you know. They both try to fight against each other. I'm sure the knight would typically win most of the time, you know. Knights have swords, and swords sound deadlier than bows and arrows, but bows and arrows are scarier. They shoot longer, right?
Well, it's almost that same thought process of like a really, really tall person just like putting his head on like a child kind of thing, and regardless of how long that sword is, if you're just a little bit further away with a bow, you know, you're probably going to win that game. I don't know if that made any sense, but it made sense in my head.
So I think we're in agreement then. Archer.
Yeah, I think so.
Is it because we're Cardiff Met students?
Oh, no. Maybe.
We're on the Cardiff Met YouTube channel. Yeah.
And Amini continues the free throw woes. But I don't mean to laugh. It is now 3 from 12. There we go. 4 from 13 now. Salvaging a little bit of respect now. And also salvaging the lead back for the Knights. A 1-point lead for the Knights now, 58-57 over the Archers. Just over 4.5 minutes left to play. James Daw from the corner, doesn't get it to fall. Goes for his own rebound, can't find it. Ben Davidson gonna get it to Amini, he's gonna take it the other way.
I just don't understand every time. Why are you looking for a long range 2 as your shot? You've got Nixon backing down his man, he can do that. You can get a better cuts inside. You do not need to take a long range 2 with 12 on the shot clock.
Adams in the corner, thinks about it. And a great drawn out play there. The Knights did well to use all the shot clock there, and they now retain a 3-point lead.
Perfect example of what we were just talking about. Knights working around for their play.
And that's going to be the first foul for the Knights on the arch there. Gareth Williams making another trip to the free throw line. We've seen him here loads this afternoon, but not a whole lot of joy, like we've been saying, from anybody on the free throw line. Only 2 from 7 for Gareth Williams from the line today. And as direct as his play has been, it hasn't been too fruitful in terms of points.
Well, he's 64% from the line on the season. These two should go in, average that out, right? Both teams are 13 from 35 for the line. I mean, that's not going to see that every day of the week.
There we go. Gareth Williams knocking down a free throw. And no disrespect to his points, actually. He has the second most points for the Archers today at 14 now. Just behind Keith Claiborne. Doesn't get a second to fall. So now 3 for 9 from the free throw line for Gareth Williams. Busy hands there from Kieran Horgan. Thought they'd gotten the steal. And heavy pressure here from the Archers. And due to that, just a bit too sloppy. And the paint is left wide open there for Edwards, who's taking advantage in this fourth quarter of some easy buckets.
Not looking good. It looks like Cardiff Pet's running out of energy a little bit on defense. They're just missing the same defensive output that they had in the third quarter.
It's going to be another foul committed by the Knights on the Archers. And Yoan Nixon's going to go to the line.
That'll actually be taken out along the inbound, but we got a timeout by the Knights first.
Well, Atticus, like you said, you called it at the end of the third quarter. It's only a full-point game with 3.5 minutes left to go. What do the Archers need to do to claw their way back?
Well, I'm getting pretty nervous. I mean, you've given up a lot of easy buckets these past few minutes, and you just offensively, something's gone wrong, something's missing. We thought, just get the ball to Keith Claiborne, he's going to find an open lane and make something happen. But every play seems to be like Yoan Nixon bodying somebody up or somebody trying to drive inside and kicking it back out, and then you're just settling for long twos and strange shots. You've got to look for something better. I like this timeout right now. Obviously, the Archers need a reset, and I'm sure that's what they're working on in the huddle. But the whole point of this timeout needs to be your offense. Defensively, it is what it is, but you've got to find easier and better shots. You can't keep taking these long-range twos.
And I think one of the big differences here in this game, as you pointed out earlier, is Cardiff Met only with 6 bench points today. Just really not enough, whereas Richmond are dancing around with 23 points on the bench. The entire team putting in a bit of output today.
Well, it's bench points, it's free throws, it's field goal shooting. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do better.
James Daw, difficult shot there on the move, doesn't get it to fall. Knights are going to take the ball, look to extend their 4-point lead that they have at the moment. Mosley on the ball, the captain. Step back 3, quite short. Yoan Nixon with the big rebound. Horgan's going to take it the other way. James Daw is going to pull up, and it falls. Luckily, that one falls. Loads of time on the clock there, but he decided to make it count. Now a 2-point game. Huge defense chance here at the Archers Arena. And Edwards on the ball. Somehow the Knights managed to keep it. And Mosley, step back, huge rebound from Yoan Nixon. And that ball was his all day.
Love that defense from the Archers. Williams, Claiborne, and Nixon were all inside. And when the Knights tried to drive in with 2 against those 3, they kept a 3-man shield there, a bit like an L shape, and they just wouldn't let anyone in the paint. That was really impressive. And then Nixon, obviously, with the massive board and the foul. Out of that last timeout that was, 30 seconds ago. Really impressive from the Archers. 2 points, a turnover, and then a bad shot forced.
He must have, head coach Tom Guntrip, must have had some orange slices on the bench or something on that timeout. Really gave the Archers some energy that they didn't have for the rest of this fourth quarter.
So you would say orange slices. I would just say they listen to me. I'm not that far away. I'm 20 feet across the court.
That is true.
I'm kidding, by the way.
And with just over 2.5 minutes left to play, it's a 2-point game. The Archers down 60-62 to the Richmond Knights. And as we've said, massive relegation implications from this game if the Archers manage to lose again.
Well, they really can't lose. Obviously, we mentioned in the pregame and halftime, you've got to go 3-1 out of your last 4 games just to stand a chance. You got 2 games here. The Knights today, Knights on the road next week, and then you've got the Solent Kestrels the week after that. That's going to be a tough one. Solent are second in the league. That's probably the one you can afford to lose, or most afford to lose. And then you've got Oxford Hoops, fellow relegation rivals, in your last game of the season. You go 3-1, beat the Knights twice, beat Oxford. I think you got a chance.
And Williams looking to keep the Archers alive in the Division II. Claiborne with 8 to shoot, decides to take it back for the ISO. And he's going to pull up, and it's going to go in to tie the game. 62-62, Keith Claiborne, huge basket.
Love it. He knew exactly where he wanted to go and engineered his entire play around that shot. Perfect.
That was Kobe-esque as Amini takes the 3. Huge rebound from Kieran Horgan.
And the referee's going to call a travel. He looked under heavy contact there. And Kieran Horgan not happy with himself.
Apologies if you heard that.
Loud exclamation from Kieran Horgan there. Amini's going to come for the inbound. Mosley with the pull-up. And it's short, but he gets his own rebound. Busy hands from James Daw. It's going to be a jump ball with the possession arrow going in favor of the Knights. This game is so cagey.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, I mean, whether you get that rebound or not, this game is so close. You just can't stop fighting until the end, and then all you need is 1 or 2 plays to go your way, and that's how you're going to win.
Mosley on the ball. Finds Amini. He drives inside the floater. Off the backboard, it's in.
He released that ball from his hand when it was around his collarbone.
James Daw from downtown, and it falls!
Oh!
James Daw
Gives the Archers their first lead in the 4th quarter.
What an answer.
And Yoan Nixon with some heavy contact on Peter Onabogu. He's going to give him some free throws, but James Daw, a massive 3. One of the first 3s we've seen from the Archers in ages.
No kidding. I know you don't want to give up a foul there. You'd rather be a strip or a steal or whatever. But, again, free throws are not the worst thing in the world today. It's okay.
Especially when Richmond Knights now going 4 for 14 from the line.
Onabogu's 0 for 4 from the line.
They're close to doubling there. Oh, my goodness. And that one doesn't fall in either. Yoan Nixon. Much better shooting from the field today from the Knights than from the free throw line. And the Archers looking to retain this 1-point lead. 1:10 left to go. 12 to shoot. Yoan Nixon on the ball. Kieran Horgan with the cut inside. Didn't know where the basket was, unfortunately. Didn't have eyes on top of his head.
Needed that pass just half a second earlier when he was a little closer to the basket.
And the Archers need to be careful not to give up a foul.
Oh,
Amini sends 2 Archer defenders.
And James Daw. James Daw just as in disbelief as I am. Sounded like he got the ball there.
My favorite is the referees have been very consistent about the fact, like, hey, no tucking back, you're going to get a technical. So after every single possession, everyone's ready to argue, and then they stare at the referees, and then they have to shift their gaze to the scoreboard and pretend like they're not going to say anything. I love it. It's the funniest part of this game.
And Peter Onabogu with a massive goose egg so far from the free throw line now. 0 for 6. And this might be the saving grace for the Archers. And he finally gets one to fall, ties the game at 65. 44 seconds left in this game for the Archers to survive in Division II.
This is it. You really need this.
Oof! Oh. And the circus shot from Keith Claiborne doesn't fall off the back of the rim.
And the Knights pass it out of
Wow.
bounds. The Archers are going to take the ball the other way now. Knights just giving up sloppy possession there. 32 seconds left in this game. It's tied.
Now 32 seconds left. I mean, there's only an 8-second difference between that and the shot clock. I mean, you got to try to bleed it out, right?
The shot clock's actually going to be at 14 now from the inbound. James Dahl with 8 to shoot. And the behind the back pass to Gareth Williams, and it falls! And that's a 2-point lead, for the Archers. Wow! What a hope and pray from James Daw. Throws it over his head to Gareth Williams, who collects it. Wow. Speechless there.
I'm in disbelief. I don't know how that went in. My jaw's been open the whole time. That thing rolled off the front iron, off the back, and I was just waiting for it to drop out. I'm sitting there waiting for who's going to get the rebound, and then all of a sudden it drops in. How did that happen?
Well, Atticus, all due respect, I don't care. 2-second lead.
Good.
Or 2-point lead, for the Archers. The 20 seconds left in this game. What is going to happen in these last 20 seconds, Atticus?
Well, obviously the Archers have to keep their defensive block strong down low. Really important for the Archers. What's most important for the game is that their best players have shown up to play here today. 50 points between Keith Claiborne, James Daw, and Gareth Williams. That's what's given them this lead right here. Gareth Williams, he's played really well all game. He took advantage of any open look that he got and made that happen right there at the end. If I'm the Knights, I mean, you got 20 seconds to run the play that you like. You got to run the clock down, run your play with 6 seconds left, and I think you keep trying for that baseline screen. They've been getting down low and trying to get to the perimeter along the corner. You try to get one of your best guards there, get somebody to come out, get a little screen, and get your guard to cut back inside and give him the option to either cut into the paint from the perimeter off that screen, or you find somebody rolling along the back and hoping for an easy dump-off layup. That's what you're going to go for here.
And if the Archers players had the stats in front of them, they'd maybe even favor sending one of the Knights to the line, honestly. But you probably don't want to chance it.
But there is only 14 on the shot clock. My fault, Reese. So the Archers are still going to have one more possession here.
Meany with the ball. Massive possession. 12 seconds left. 5 to shoot for Amini. And the ball doesn't fall! Keith Claiborne goes the other way. 3 seconds. 2. And he loses it.
He dropped it.
And it's over. That ball was not out of his hands. That's going to be an Archer victory. 67-65 for the Archers. And Atticus, you really were not kidding when you say it's going to come down to the last few seconds here today. What a finish.
We're on the Cardiff Met YouTube channel. We can high five about that. Heck of a win for the Archers. Wow. I thought fantastic defense inside. That's what matters. 3 players in the paint. You never let the Knights go up. That shot went nowhere, and then Claiborne took it down the court, and he just took too much time off the clock for the Knights to do anything with it. Really what this is, though, fantastic win for the Archers. Boy, did they need this.
And just look at the Archers in the bottom left of your screen right now. The belief they have as a team. They are so happy with themselves and congratulating from the fans. An absolutely must win, as we've said all day. And they delivered. A 2-point victory here for the Archers, 67-65. Wow.
What an end to that game. Holy cow.
Well, that's going to be it here from the Archers Arena. The Archers manage to survive another day. And again, the final score here is 67-65 for the Archers. Atticus, thanks for joining me today.
We got some little extra action after the game here. The Knights head coach hates it. He's yelling at the referees. He's asking them why they're walking away. Oh, he hates it. He was really hoping for a foul call on that last shot, the second to last shot the Knights had before the end of the game. But you know what? This is a Cardiff Met win. The Knights didn't lose this game. Cardiff Met won it. They deserve every second, every win that they got here today.
Well, what a fantastic result here for the Archers. Again, 67-65 in the last seconds, managing to hold on to that victory to keep them alive in this relegation battle. Thanks for joining us today in the Archers Arena. It's been Reese Jones, your lead commentator, with
CoCom's Atticus Pede will join you next time in the Arches Arena.